Hey there. I wanted to talk a little bit about salt. It is something we love to eat. I don't know about you, but I just love salt. But I've learned that we don't need as much salt as we think we need, and we all know we eat too much salt. I want to start by showing this to you. So, in a quarter teaspoon, we have 420 milligrams of salt. So recently I learned, and most of us don't know this, we really only need 500 milligrams a day. So I'm going to have this paper here because I want to make a point. So I've written here 500 milligrams per day. This is according to the American Heart Association, but this is not something that's typically spoken of. Usually they tell us don't eat any more than, what is it, like 1,500 or maybe 2,200 or whatever it is milligrams a day. So this might be a shock to some of you. It was to me. So here it is. This was the quarter teaspoon as it was written on the salt. So you can see how much that would be. So just think about it. This is all you need all day. But have you really ever looked at your packages and imagine how much more salt you eat and why maybe you have high blood pressure, for example? That's the reason why I'm examining my foods more. So let's take, for example, this Annie's Organic Burnitos, which, oh, it's organic. Annie's is a good label, non-BPA, looks really good. I really got it for a good price too. Look at that, $1. But take a look at the sodium. If you're like me, I could pretty much eat one of these cans up if I'm really hungry. And look at the sodium there. And it's even saying it's only 50% of the daily. It's not true, as I just said. 1,160 milligrams. Okay, that's if you eat, oh, wow. Yeah, per can. Or 660 milligrams if you're going to eat 1 cup. So that already would be more than the amount that we need for a day. You see that? It would be more because it's 660 milligrams. This is 420. Okay, so we're going to put 2 of these down so we can visualize it. This is 1, like this one. And now we're going to put the second one. Okay. And there's actually still more that should be added. It's already a lot, right? So I'm just going to give it a smidge in there for that 160. Okay, so take a look. We have that amount for the daily, a little bit more than that. And this is just the salt if you ate 1 can of Annie's. Just to save a little bit of time in your day. But what about everything else we eat? Just grabbing another jar from my cupboard. Something I really love to eat. Look at here, a half a cup, 490 milligrams of sodium. And you might say, well, that's not really that much. That's because I seek high and low to find something lower, and this is not even all that low. But sometimes there's certain people that want to eat this, and my grandkids and all, and they're not going to want to eat what I eat. So, well, we give in a little. But just think, 490, basically 500. So in 1 cup, it would be like eating that amount of salt as well. It's a lot, right? Now, that would just be the sauce. Imagine the cheese if you added the sodium for cheese, because you're probably going to eat it on spaghetti. Okay, so I have some Kraft Parmesan cheese. All right, a 1/4 cup, 430 milligrams. Okay, so I took a little bit off, all right, of the 500 basically, because remember that's all we need. But we just had the cup of sauce on our noodles, say. And now, if you're like me, I really like a lot of Parmesan cheese. A 1/4 cup doesn't go far, right? So then that salt would be added on top. And what if maybe you have a meat sauce, or maybe you had vegetables or something, and you're adding more salt? What do you think? How much more salt maybe would be added? I mean, maybe a little bit of this part or half of that. I mean, there's people that really eat a lot of salt. They don't realize how much they dump on their food. This would be like an 1/8. Sort of, you know, when you spread it all out. Imagine if this was, you know, your dish of food, and you wanted to cover the top of your dish of food so you would taste some more salt. It really does look like what I see some people put on. So if you add all that, are you understanding what I'm trying to show here? It's really shocking. I think it is to me anyway. I hope that this has blessed you if you stuck with me this far. I'm hoping to do other videos similarly, maybe about sugar as well, but right now I want to learn more about how much salt we eat in our food. All right, you guys, stay well, observe what you eat, and try to cut back. It is doable.